Welcome, guys, to the next round of the Sprunk Xtreme One Cup. A battle that has been going on for right now has raged over and over a bit against some of these top guys. If you missed us last week, you didn't miss us. We actually had to take a week off. I'm going to be doing Mission 22's rally, which is going to be a bunch of exotic cars in real life. So I was not able to attend through the meeting, and then this weekend is when the actual event's going to happen. So I got to pull it in, and then the race will obviously be up Sunday. So you'll be watching it Sunday, and while you're watching this, I will be driving up a gigantic road with a bunch of fast cars. So it's going to be fun. But for now, we're back to one of the biggest competitions I have seen in a long time, and it has changed up because we are now into a really short road course here. We're going to move up to Andrew because these guys up here in top were fast. We don't know what it's going to be like with slipstream on. This is a very short track. This is the track is based off Martinsville Speedway. This is in Martinsville, Virginia. It's a NASCAR track. It's a very tight track. It's very fast. And that's the thing is Death was doing well all day in practice today. He was fast, so he's going to be a tough one to catch. We were wondering how it would play out with slipstream on, but that's the thing is this is a different kind of race than what these guys are used to when it comes to these kind of cars. So we'll see how they push their way through here, and hopefully they can make something of it. We see Death kind of moving ahead. Montana's in the back, who's been doing pretty good today. Team Chris, third position. And we're following Andrew right now, hoping that he can make some distance on DeathPercepshun here, who is continually kind of just moving ahead little by little every lap. Team Chris is making some distance. I don't know if they're getting anything off of slipstream. Normally, slipstream on these tracks is a big deal. But with this race today, it's probably not going to pay much into it, but it will be able to, if they can get the energy out of the turn, they'll be able to stick it and throw it down the line. And this is something where typically guys who are good on one track are not usually good here. Death has been good at everything, so I probably shouldn't say that since and here is Andrew and Team Chris both get a little squirrely there. We'll move over to Montana, who is taking up that second position. This is still a fight here. Death is still up there just walking away. Team Chris is taking that position away. Andrew's coming back. Andrew is definitely not liking this track at all. It's doing very well at it for a track that he hates, which I find hilarious, but we're going to see how he turns out, especially when it comes to once he's back here in this track. One cool thing that you guys will know is all the team members here do have, should have at least, different car numbers, which is great. That way we can keep a hold of everybody's number throughout the races, and they'll do it for points. And yeah, it's a good event, and long-term wise, it definitely helps them over a long range of events that they're going to be doing with us. When we're done here at the next one, a lot of you guys have requested it. We have been holding off a little bit on it, but it is going to happen. The Atomic World Challenge will be coming back. Unlike some of our tester tracks, we do a lot of stunt track races that are involved in that are usually try to be very atypical when it comes to races. So I guess the wording that we worded before was kind of the classical style of racing, where there's tracks like Italy and different famous tracks like Le Mans, just different ones, all sorts of different ones. So it's funny that now that I'm thinking about it, watching them all day, I finally get to the point where I want to talk about them, and suddenly you draw a blank. You're like, great, what am I going to say here? So, but we get it pulled together, and as usual, DeathPercepshun up here, walking away with this race. We got 30 laps here today. They're about 34 seconds a lap. So you should be right on the edge of doing that. Probably about the 15 or so minute mark. Oh, it didn't look like a bump and rub there, but Andrew definitely moved over so Montana could get through. I find it funny. There's a lot of people. I don't know if you guys have had it, but let me know if you're on Xbox and you've had a com ban. I have just been seeing Xbox just com banning a lot of people today. We even in our thing here. I don't know if everybody's just not wanting to talk or what, but we have heard a lot of com bans going around. So it's just kind of weird, but it is what it is. So like I said, put it in the comments and let us know. Remember also to like and subscribe. Oh, getting a little squirrely there, Montana. Moving back up to Andrew here in the third place position. Let's go up and check out Death real quick. See how far ahead he is. And that thing is this is kind of the reason a lot of times we don't do some of these track races, or if we end up doing it, we'll end up with some sort of par time because you do end up hitting this one person that kind of just walks away from the race. And there's no problem with that with this one, because this track was made to be kind of the spoiler in the track series, because it's not like any of the other tracks. I have to say, of all the ones we've done so far, Indy has been my favorite. I do love Martinsville, but with some of the curbs and everything, it does it prones itself to be a curb boosting type track. That's the thing is it's good with these guys because we got guys that really aren't. You'll see them inside curb boost and then tap a little bit on the outside, but it's not a big deal for that. Versus guys that that's all they do is ride curbs. It just doesn't look natural for racing. And I've heard that it was something that was really hated in racing, but it's funny that a lot of people do really big time support it. It's like a big deal. So, but I don't know. You guys let us know in the comments what you think is best. I personally am one way or the other on. I'd like to be able to use all those techniques and tactics that kind of like better frame rates and things to get yourself to be faster, but it really doesn't. I don't know. I'd just rather have everything be nice and even Steven when it comes to car competition. My thing that I supported with Rockstar way back in the beginning was to have a car class that was in the sport class that had something like the Fucar Sport GT style track where all the cars are really even to Steven. So you get these guys that are, like these cars. You just race in the same cars, kind of with different liveries. But I'd like to have different looks. I don't want to have different, just one single car like this. I'd like to have something that's a bunch of different cars that are in different styles. One of my favorite things, I think it's really weird, but I know people might not support it, was the Prius race car. If you've ever looked that up, look it up. The GT300 Prius car is amazing, and it's always racing against the Lambo. And I know we don't have those kind of cars here, but I think that would actually make it easier for Rockstar to make something like that, because they're not limited to what kind of cars they can do. They can still have that race-ish look, put something in the sports class, and have it be just basically competitive. And all the cars have the same stats, and that's something, hey, let Rockstar know. It's something that I brought up to them before, and we'll see if it's something that gets implemented. We're really, Casino's coming up a little bit. Chewy's off the pack there, but I think he's letting people buy. We're kind of in the 11th hour of GTA. We know it. Casino's coming out soon. I'm betting that's going to be a really expensive setup there, and even if whatever it is, I'm sure like I was saving up money for a long time, and now that it's come out, well, when it does come out, I'm probably going to just be spending money and not caring anymore, because it's one of those things, you just get what you get. And I'm really, what my thing is, and I've always been since day one, is looking forward to the cars, and that's been a big deal. So we'll go back to the thing here again. DeathPercepshun dominantly with a 34.576. AndrewlzShady in second position. Team Chris SAS Montana. Rhymes, who was complaining all day, actually has done a 34.9 here. Brought us one time way down. And then we just have a pack of three here that are kind of trading space here for the that's second place position. Yep, so he's back into second. And this has been kind of a heated battle here with Team Chris Montana and Andrew kind of pushing their way around. One person gets the dominance at 1 second, and then the other person doesn't get the dominance. A lot of times you get loose in a corner, and that's how it works out. You're suddenly slow and trying to catch back up again. Like Montana right there, went a little bit out beyond his distance. That's the beauty of this track. It gets tricky. So we're going to move up to Montana, who is up there with Andrew, but it looks like Andrew is once again moving away. Death up there. Just, we'll do him real quick and then come right back to Montana. He's got a crushingly fast lead up here. Moving around to this lap timer here, about 34 seconds a lap. And he is just dominating as he continues to overtake people in lap traffic. Okay, so we are on lap 19 right now. So just about 10 more to go. And this track, even though it's tight and we have up 30 laps, we've gone through a ton of them really, really fast. It looks like some distance between second, third, and fourth. We're going to stick with Montana right now. You just never know if somebody's going to come back, but without Chewy, he had his problems with his car, and he was saying it over the microphone that he had something. I think that's him that's off the track right now. This is our man Chewy, the creator of the iFruit series. Here he is off the track right now. He's actually said he wants to be back doing iFruit again, which is the precursor to the Sprunk Xtreme One Cup. And I'm hoping he's going to give it a go again. He had some of the... that's the thing is I really try to bribe him sometimes for some of the tracks so that we can race him on this. Because some of them are just... The way the turns are in them are super competitive. And you really... The more you race, the more you start to get dialed into the competition. So the more you go, the faster you go, because you kind of get used to how the track is. And that's the thing is I really like that. Around Team Chris takes the position. And that's something that I really like about those tracks, is that even though you've done your big practices and you've run it for a while, you still start to see more stuff as you come into the races and start doing your thing. And it's a lot of fun to see you basically the evolution of the race as you go along. You get dialed in, and then you get tired after a while, and then you slow down, and it was just like a real race, except that the difference between tires. Montana is still having some issues with grip, and that's what I'm saying right there. That's a perfect example of as we play along, people start to really break down of their ability to play, because it wears at you. So there we see DeathPercepshun. We're going to move up to Death here. He's going to move up to lap traffic. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference into his lead here. But he has definitely walked this track today, run a great race. I really believe that slipstream did not play much of a difference here. There was no real drafting in this track, which doesn't shock me. It's a shorter track. And it really is about corner control and using the car in a different way than you used to, which is great. Just different kind of competition, and I like putting it all together like this. One day you have one player that's strong, and one day you have somebody else that's strong. And that's the thing is with these cars, everything is, well, it should be equal. and it's a good competition all around. There's Rhymes. Rhymes did not like this track. I think he was doing really well in the points too. I don't know how this is going to affect him, but he knew that it was going to not be the race that he wanted to do today. Did not do well in practice, and here he is kind of struggling with the track. And that's the thing is even I knew this track. I started off really well with it, and then I struggled afterwards. And it's the kind of tough track that you really have to get accustomed to. You have to get acclimated to it, and then hit a turn every lap or two. It's it's 1, 2, 3, 4 over and over again. It can get pretty tedious for you. Okay, so this is lap 26. I'm going to see how Death here negotiates Rhymes if he can get around him. So yeah, so we're getting real close to the end here. Not much has changed. We're going to go back to see where the Team Chris battle was going between Montana. Yeah, it looks like they're still having a little bit of a battle, but Montana is not able to get his footing back. Move back to Andrew. You can see Death in the distance, who is trying to negotiate this area here with... oh, I didn't mean to do that. We'll go back to Death again. Nope, we're going to go over here. My buttons have been off today. I don't know what it is. I just could not get myself done in the right position today. So he's taking that position away from, well, he's lapped Rhymes. He's moving around. I'm guessing we're coming up real close to the end here. That right there should be a lap. There's Andrew taking the position from Rhymes, or lapping Rhymes too. So this lap is it's weird. I believe there's 2 laps to 1. So basically they've done 60 laps of the track, but each lap is 34 seconds. We got to be close. I know I've done these other races and I didn't focus on the person in the lead and didn't catch them at, I don't think, any of the races to get the end here. And I did really want to feature this person making it to the end, and then it's like, okay, well, it seems to be taking a really long time. There's the finish line right there. Cool. So there, him crossing the finish line. We'll move over to Andrew. Then we'll jump right to Montana. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be really fast. And there we go. Team Chris taking that position with Montana. That is it for the Sprunk Xtreme One Cup today, man. Another cool race. Look at those lap times. Perfection. Just, it's one of those things, if you have that 0.1 second faster, you're just faster, and that's all it is to it. So I want to thank all you guys for dialing in today. It was another great race. I really enjoy this stuff. I don't know why we have this stuff with people just jumping into stuff. Nobody's invited anybody, but whatever it is, we'll get it fixed, and we'll make sure it doesn't happen last time so it doesn't lag. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been great to see you. We're going to see you next time on the Sprunk Xtreme One Cup. Have a great day. Bye.